Yeah, I think at minimum, public apology from Huni.
Yeah.
At minimum.
I think that's fair. But we still have a little bit of time to think over the course of today.
You know, I think Dplus winning would obviously keep them in the running better in the Legend Group, make things more interesting. But it would be very funny to see Huni be wrong. I'm so torn.
I mean, even a 1 out of 10 is kind of funny, but 0 out of 10 is next level. So
yeah,
that's kind of why we're aiming for that.
Bans starting out the same. I imagine the only thing I could see changing is maybe the Vayne from Dplus, because that didn't really pan out the way they wanted. But maybe if she was still concerned, he just takes it away. I mean, clearly, Perfect showing he's willing just to blind Olaf first pick on that second side. Feels weird to say first pick on second pick, because it used to be like first pick on red side.
Yeah. I mean, it's their first pick, even though they weren't the team with first pick. So it was blind, which is the important thing, and it was very early on in the draft. Jarvan going to be the ban here.
Jarvan taken away. 2 mobile 80 carries were already taken out of the pool, so I think Jarvan priority did rise up. With Jarvan gone, Pantheon, Vi gone, I feel like Xin priority goes up, especially because it's a pick Lucid is super comfortable on. They are going to start off by taking the Jace, though, for Shiwu. A pick we've seen be a little bit feast or famine. Bit of hit or miss, depending on who's piloting it and the matchup it's in.
Yeah, it does feel safer as a blind pick than it used to be earlier on in this year, but it can still have some rough times. As we're thinking about Annie for BDD.
Annie's maybe Xin Zhao. I mean, Lee Sin's available. We've seen Skarner picked into it so frequently that I'm not sure you want to pick that here. Looking at the idea of the Bard, though, to pair up with it. And they will lock that in. So a lot of playmaking potential. And honestly, if you're playing in a mobile 80 carry, on 80 carry has to be up close, you're going to suffer. So they immediately lock in the Jhin. It denies Jhin Bard. It also means he can play from a distance. They're going to go for the Shen as well for some playmaking potential. Here, I think, Cuz could take the Lee Sin if he really wanted to, as you're not going face first in the Skarner anymore. And Lee Sin Annie's a pretty potent combo.
Yeah.
But they're going to go for the Corki instead for the bot lane. Corki risen up a good amount in priority. He gets some slight buffs. It was his 80 scaling, which works really well with Triforce, and the refund on his ult. So they will take that one. I imagine denying the Lee Sin from KT would be pretty valuable. But then again, they could just pick Skarner into it, so maybe KT ban Skarner to kind of force a Lee Sin ban, and then they still have priority to go towards like a Xin Zhao.
Yeah.
Or a Wukong even to pair with Yanni.
Gonna see Syndra banned once again. I mean, second time now into Showmaker that they banned that away. This time, you know, makes more sense when you have Annie. You don't want to play into that Syndra. But earlier they banned it and then first pick Price.
Also throw Tibbers, which is really not fun.
Yeah, it's not the greatest matchup for Annie. Trundle.
I feel like the Trundle ban is just trying to telegraph they want a Xin Zhao ban. I think those are the 2 junglers that kind of stand out to the left, are Xin Zhao and Lee Sin, and then the backup would be Wukong, pairing well with the Annie. And they're going to ban Scott, so it's like, okay,
yeah.
Dplus wants Xin Zhao, KT want Lee Sin. Lee Sin's going to get banned by Dplus. I assume you just pick Xin Zhao. Even though Annie Wukong's a strong combo, you know that Dplus won it, you know Lucid's super confident on it. So just take it, I guess. Was this a trap, though, by Dplus? Did they have something prepped into the Xin Zhao? Because surely you expected that they would just deny it here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not too concerned about the jungle, maybe you just pick a top lane answer and then see the comp and pick jungle, but they're actually going to go for Nefiri.
Okay, opting for that instead. Obviously, Nefiri been doing really well in the LCK. A lot of pressure if you can get to the right targets, and when there's a Jace in the enemy team, definitely someone you want to be able to hunt down. And it looks like it might just be Victor for Showmaker into the Annie. Victor being a pretty stable pick in the mid lane, has that early pressure. Might feel a little uncomfortable here with the immobility, and then to no surprise, it's Xin Zhao for Lucid. So we've gone through the entire draft. There weren't any more top lane bans in the second rotation. You know, with this first pick, Jace, and then going all the way to the last pick to see what Perfect's response is. Could just pick a tank into it, could pick something like the Rumble. Gonna go for the Yorick. That's something we saw a lot into Jace during the first 2 rounds of the LCK.
Yep. You do have so many options he could have gone for, but just going to go for the Yorick as kind of a response pick rather than just something he wanted specifically for the comp. And I mean, Yorick's good, but
I think KT's comp feels a bit more awkward, if I'm being honest. They do have tools to get on top of the mobile champions, but I think Dplus can kind of play the distance, right? They have the Shen ult to help out as well. I think Yorick's ability in the side lane is going to be limited a bit by the fact that Shen exists.
Yeah.
And obviously Jhin can operate from such a long distance. Victor can also play around his laser range. So I think in team fights, Dplus should be really comfortable. My only concern is if, you know, there's a lot of potential to set up early momentum with things like the Annie, Neferi, very reliable once they get their ultimates. So we'll have to see if KT can get the ball rolling early.
A lot of fans here. A lot of DK fans just pleading with their team, which I think that's, that happens pretty often. Just begging them to please be normal and just play the game and win. But I do think that DK a bit more of a swingy team than KT, who is kind of used to the swings, the ups and downs, so maybe getting a bit more emotional after that loss. But either way, guys, let's jump onto the Rift for game number 2.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
All right, game number 2. DK on the ropes. Did not have a very good time in game 1. They did not have a very good time in their last series either. And how far does it go down? This bit of a hole that they've dug for themselves.
Fenrir went exhaust again, which feels pretty weird to me. Because who are you exhausting?
Support Shen, obviously.
I think a lot of these champions are going to deal a lot of damage to you from a long distance. And, I mean, yes, you can exhaust Xin Zhao, but you can also just Valkyrie away.
Yeah, maybe when he goes in and does damage,
maybe you can exhaust
them to keep them in place.
Exhaust Smash when he's got his 4th shot ready, so he has to stand there awkwardly.
And then reload afterwards.
Yeah.
So unfortunate. I mean, yeah, in some like the lane trades when they're a little bit closer to each other, sure, and then I guess you have exhaust for Xin Zhao, as you mentioned, but you could have also just gone cleanse for the Shen, or just barrier if you just want to, you know,
yeah, I think that's
just
a good option.
play lane. Like, those are the more normal options that have use cases for what he's going into. All right, maybe we're going to see it here. There it is. He uses it onto Smash, and then Magical Journeys away, and now he has no health.
Don't you dare say anything about, well, look what exhaust did there. He could have just barried.
Yeah,
he could have just barried. But it's fine. Well, it's not fine for KT. They are down a lot of pressure right now, and Fenrir has to reset. It was a good angle from Kriya. I feel like the thing with Shen taunt is like the max distance taunt. There's so much time to react, but if you get up close and you do the short taunt, it's very hard to react to. And he catches Fenrir off guard. Cleanse, though. Imagine cleanse value there. That would have been pretty big.
Yeah. Could have just gone that instead. And Valkyrie'd away. Gotten distance on the Shen, do a little bit of burn, tick damage, and then auto him a couple times, you know? Or just be safe and not lose your entire health bar and be down 6 CS.
He actually recalled and picked up the boots
She was baiting this, by the way.
Yeah.
He was moving into the wave like,
Oh,
yeah,
I was just nearly here, though.
Yeah. And they're not going to continue on that play, just knowing that's a possibility.
So a big advantage that Yorick gets over Jace is that Yorick gets so much power at level 6, and Jace, I guess his hammer gets a little bit shinier. This not much really happens. But we've seen Yorick's come out ahead in the early levels still, but then we have seen some Jaces actually punish the lane early. You know, Zeus was an example of someone who could do something like that. Right now, she is up in farm in the matchup, but was down in HP in that situation.
Does not hit the second dagger. Does avoid the when becomes lightning, though, and now he's got effort over here. Korea and Lucid are going pretty deep in the jungle. Try to make this happen. They have a little bit of pressure from mid, I suppose, as now they're going in on a Cuz and really just bullying him out and saying, you don't want to take this trade. Korea going very deep for this. He is going to get stunned up against the wall, but KT do respect it still.
Lucid with the red buff is a big threat. And KT play that very defensively. Don't want to really commit to more. There's also always the threat that like the Jhin could just move and just fire a W off, making things a little bit more awkward.
Yeah. Is that champ fair? That he can affect the fight from so far away?
Lots of champs can do that, to be fair. You know,
Can
most
Corki do that?
No. You know, most fun is like Swain, when you just put you like barely look and you just see a fight going on, you throw your W down, you hit 3 people,
yeah.
All the Ravens come back to you.
Or your ally is backing and you put it on him and make him freak out and stop. That's really funny.
You're sick.
I mean, that's the best use for it.
Speaking of trolling allies, you know, I don't know if you saw, there was like a game of Earth ages ago where the Anivia wall was short enough cooldown. It trapped people in the base.
Everybody
and
got stuck in the fountain.
They got AFK time because they couldn't leave. Also, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it still is because they always change the cooldown of this ability, but there once upon a time you could get enough cooldown reduction on Trundle Pillar that people could never recall because you could just interrupt it. It was like less than the 8 seconds recall timer. Don't ask why I know this.
You are a bit of a trundle yourself, so.
What does that mean?
A bit of a troll.
Oh.
Yeah. You like to troll people. It's fine.
Hey, you're the one who said about using the Swain W in your teammates.
You know, I just saw other people doing that, so. Not saying I did it myself.
Okay.
Nowadays, I don't have enough time to to do that. I like get one game of League of Legends in. I'm like, well, that's my free time done. Got to go to sleep and wake up at 6.
Just one game a day and you decide to spend it trolling your teammates?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm, I used to be able to, and now I've kind of run out of that time. So a lot less trolling in Summoner's Rift nowadays, unfortunately.
Oh, they're going for the... We saw this play last time the Raptors were up. This time, though, BDD with Tibbers, I think, scares them away. Just to walk a little bit over and threaten it. And now he'll just throw it on Showmaker.
Bomb.
There's the exhaust.
Yep. Keeping him around. Smash uses his barrier. And, the flash on him with the taunt! And Fenrir is just dead. And he had flash, did not react on time. Career, nice pickup for the team.
There's a slick little fake out from Korea. The taunt towards effort and then flashes straight on a Fenrir and definitely worked effectively. The exhaust didn't work as effectively.
That's the root, and the curtain's called, but Cuz is here. And Career may be in a little bit of trouble as Jhin doesn't do a whole lot in the Fury, but they don't quite have the damage. And eventually, the 4th shot comes in, and Cuz actually nearly dies. So,
honestly,
does enough.
Such a shame for Smash that he committed the ult. If that was still available, potential to pick up some more kills there, but strong early play from Dplus in the bot lane 2v2. And she was also up in farm still in the top lane matchup. So things going pretty good for Dplus right now. But see here, they try and set up this play. They get the ult from Fenrir. I think that's a lot of power. They don't manage to connect the stun from effort. The exhaust just buys some time. And then that taunt towards effort and flashing on a Fenrir completely catches him off guard.
What if he had cleanse? I'm just thinking, what...
Theorizing.
Is that Is that like an angle? Like, is that something?
Hmm.
But he exhausted him to keep him in the Gatling gun,
Yeah.
just to do just a bit of extra damage.
Yeah. You remember when exhaust used to lower their resistances?
Yeah.
Then we're talking.
Yeah.
Damage.
It just doesn't. I mean, if you're playing an illusion, sure. If you're playing in a Jhin, maybe he forgot to switch.
That can happen.
Is that a thing? Maybe. It's probably on purpose, but it has not looked great, and it has been the source of DK's biggest gold lead on the map right now.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't think the exhaust is the entire reason why things have been going bad in the bot lane.
Yeah. Just a hater.
Yeah.
Got a bit of a hater vibe today. I'm not sure why.
Me?
Me.
Oh.
You always have a hater
Yeah, I was
vibe.
about to say. Today.
Yeah, today, just specifically.
Today.
Moss is a bit of a hater.
Yesterday, the day before.
True.
Every day.
You know, tomorrow hasn't happened yet, so you could change it if you wanted to.
What happened?
You still have the ability, the choice
I am who I am.
to make a difference. As he goes back in to the Ghoulie wall and has to flash away. Now we got a trade down in the bottom lane. Barrier almost available, and this is all just to bait for Cuz, who is coming on in. The flash is there, and eventually it's just a kill. Career not able to help out in any way.
I think should have just held the flash, if I'm being honest. The barrier was nearly up, though. If the barrier gets back up, great. And
Yeah.
this feels kind of bad for Smash because whenever you're playing those intense 1v1s in the bot lane as Jhin, you're like, please just let me get a little bit of distance away, and you're so dead. And unfortunately, Cuz was there to make sure that didn't happen. So good bait by Fenrir. Effort trying to make an impact around the map. He did get Shua's flash earlier at least, but struggling to do a bit more than that.
He's hanging around, but commits to the back. And right at that timing, Shu goes in, and he's got Career with him. Taunt goes in, and Perfect's in a lot of trouble, as he is going to flash, though, and make it into the river. And here comes BDD. And actually, he's totally fine. He's trying to get that in. Shu, no! That is the greediest play I've ever seen.
I cannot believe that! You back off from the kill. You're like, look, BDD's coming. We can't kill him. And then he's like, but a little maiden.
You got a Yorick TP gang? I think Showmaker's fine, but this doesn't feel very good.
Yeah. That was criminal from Shu. I cannot. I'm speechless over that.
It's 50 gold! Come on!
At least the kill is more gold. Honestly, props to Perfect for the maiden micro, just making the maiden look appetizing.
Yeah. Oh no. Now, if they could just fix the bottom lane. Maybe they're trying to do something like that here. Cuz has been on the bottom side of the map quite a lot.
Cuz has Cyclo Sword, so he's pretty strong right now.
Yeah.
Sun and Sky picked up by Lucid, though.
Did he just control ward over the wall in mid? He's like, if Showmaker's still here for some reason, I get him.
So this was that earlier play when Smash was trying to back off an ult, where he probably should have just saved the flash. Pretty difficult to outplay the Neferi, to dodge the ultimate.
탑 잡을게 이거.
Let's see.
아,
I want to see how much maiden micro there was. Oh, we don't get to see the maiden micro!
They cut it off right there! Oh, God. Yeah.
You know, we really need an Ivan jungle this game, so we could have the maiden, Tibbers, and Daisy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he is fried.
Yeah, he doesn't have flash, so he's just going to take a huge amount of damage. The binding comes in, and he's funnily tanky as they don't have all that much damage. Now he's under the turret. Effort going to get the aggro and the kill. He says, I set it up. It's my gold.
I think, honestly, Perfect just not having abilities, not having the glob to throw him at the end, so he just took the kill. No maiden meant he was doing less damage, but Shiwu still goes down. No flash to help him out there. And we saw Dplus potentially threatening to make a play in the bot side, but don't see the window. Instead, they're going to just go for Dragon instead. We'll be their second of the game.
And now they're trying to set up something on a smash.
There's the exhaust.
Cuz again! This is so annoying as he just flashes on in. Gets rooted and taunted, does Cuz, but it's still enough. As Fenrir's going to pick that one up, and they were busy doing the Dragon, as you mentioned, but it's another kill here for KT.
Okay, you know what? We're seeing the exhaust value there. It's really just to slow Jin down, because Jin can be so fast, especially with the Ghost Blade first item. That's the tech we were missing, Brendan. We were hating on him.
I mean, we know what exhaust does. It's just...
We're learning that exhaust slows people down. That's new information we weren't aware of.
Yeah.
I mean, it does help in the all-ins if you just jump on him and exhaust, but either way, this was a really long play. I mean, not having the Maiden hurt here in terms of the damage, but they do eventually get him down. The glob hits early on to get the ghouls onto him. Those are some weird-looking ghouls with like the golden skin.
Yeah.
Look like kind of baby Gallios, like Gallio tadpoles.
Lucid, he's got some backup here from Career, but the ult is going to be flashed. In goes Lucid. They want to shut down Cuz, who is surprisingly tanky and slippery here. But now, on the backside, Smash is going to die to Fenrir, who does pick up that kill, and now it's getting really messy. Perfect against Lucid on the left. Career very deep here on the right. As going through the magical journey at the same time, Career gets in and sets up another kill. And now Perfect pretty low, but he wants to finish off Xiu. Can he do it? As Career's pretty much gone.
Oh,
one take down, and the club misses. Xiu does barely get away.
Close one there. KT, though, coming out favored in that one, but that last kill on the back end does escape them. We see the replay here. Cuz ends up going aggressive onto Lucid, but misses the second dagger, and then with the Shen coming in, it just isn't a good time. They try and use the ult from the bar to buy time, but importantly enough, the stun doesn't hit Lucid, it hits Career in the wall. He's able to turn that around, but then Lucid's in a pretty rough situation here, not in a position where he can really get away. And then she was like, I'm coming in to save you, puts all his damage into Fenrir, which does kill him, but then gets stunned, and Perfect just jumps him.
But he lives.
Does live. Just about. So, KT with a gold lead in a pretty good position. Dplus, though, do have those two dragons in pocket, and it is an Infernal Soul. Fenrir has face-checked Lucid.
Yeah, he doesn't have Flash, and he gets rooted here by Smash. It's just free food for Smash to pick up a kill.
Doesn't have exhaust.
Yeah. Might have helped a little bit. And now, Lucid getting aggressive. BDD's on the top side of the map, so they can just kind of do this. But now Cuz is coming down. They are going to lock down Lucid. He flashed the last one. Not this time. Gets stunned up, but the peel is coming in. And Lucid goes back in. It's a third kill for Showmaker in this game, and he's getting peel here from the side of Xiu, who's helping out. Flashes the Rift Herald as Cuz is just getting away.
Great taunt from Career there to set up Showmaker's damage, and ultimately just a situation where KT overcommitted a bit too much there. Weren't able to follow up. I don't think this Herald is going to get much value. I think 2 games in a row, pretty underwhelming Heralds. I mean, Cuz at least got away with this one, don't get me wrong, but in terms of charging the towers, in terms of what the Herald is born to do, missing out on that. Now, Lucy's just behind him. It's an unfortunate position to be in for Fenrir, and then when the root comes in, you're just very dead. Does get a good amount of damage down in return. Gets Lucid low, which is why, with no ult and low HP, they're like, hey, we can kill this Xin Zhao. But the follow-up just isn't there. She was zoning perfect away. That taunt from Korea is so good. But the follow-up from the Victor stun. And then Showmaker actually has to flash later to get away from this.
Yeah. And like I said in the play-by-play, Showmaker 3-0 has an assist as well. 7 stacks on his Dark Seal. As now they're trying to bully Xiu in the side lane. They use their burst combo and they just run away as Career comes in. And the Shen is getting giga value so far in this game.
That he is. 30 seconds until the next Dragon. Fenrir a little bit chunked out. Will likely have to go for a reset before this Dragon. I imagine Smash wants to do so as well to pick up the rapid fire cannon. Jin's so annoying.
Yeah, just one ward and you kind of have to cancel your back and reposition. Buys a lot of time.
He just cancelled his back again.
Yeah.
Was that another threat after W? So now Fenrir's in this position where he kind of wanted to recall, but doesn't really have a chance to.
What if he had barrier? I'm just, you know, thinking out loud here.
And the suggestion is that he would barrier to block the W damage.
Yeah.
Wow, that's some tech. Well,
we have seen that before.
Unfortunate. I guess he could have W'd over to him, exhausted him, and then try to run away.
Got him.
I don't think that would have helped. Now, if you look, the reset has come in for Fenrir, but the control over the Dragon area is pretty complete by Dplus. BDD aren't even going to try and challenge, KT aren't even going to try and challenge BDD as part of KT. They're instead going to lean topside to go for Shiwu and this tower.
It's Infernal Soul Point.
Yeah, this is not a good play, but I think it's a forced situation. You didn't have control of the area. Fenrir's recall was late. I don't think you had an option, because rushing into the Dragon area without vision and face checking would have gone badly. So they say, we'll just have to get the next Dragon instead.
Yeah, and even BDD forced TP down into bot just to respawn there. They got the top inner, and that's it. They got some deep vision, I guess. But, oh, looks like Fenrir is going to get a plate too. But really, it's just kind of a consolation prize when DK are on Infernal Soul Point 19 minutes into the game. Especially their comp just does so much damage already. You have 4 damage dealers, essentially, if you count Xinjiao. So, it's going to get a lot of value there from that soul.
Yep. And I think now you're in this uncomfortable position where it's do or die in the next Dragon. KT could maybe try and go for a pick and then threaten Baron off the back of that so they don't have to let it go down to the Dragon smite fight. Showmaker picked up, this is a rare one. We don't often see this, the 7 stack Medjais.
Yeah.
Normally it's just the straight 10.
At least it's Showmaker, which I feel like buys Medjais more than any other player. So, at least that fits. But yeah, the 7 stacker is not that common.
Do you think it's unfair that they kept Medjais in the game, but they removed the AD vision?
Sort of the occult?
Yeah.
I do think it is. I'm not really sure why they did that. Maybe it was just too pub stompy, because you just go like
as opposed to Medjais.
80 jungler, and yeah, I think so. I mean, you used to stack that thing really quickly, especially if you were like a lethality or an assassin kind of jungler.
That's true. There are AP assassins though, like Evelyn.
Yeah, and those still those still do that in solo queue from time to time.
Yeah.
So, time to remove Medjais.
I mean, 1 kill for Showmaker would get him to 11 and get him that movement speed. He's getting the most of the value from the item. Right now, they're pressuring mid.
Yeah.
Get the Crystalline Overgrowth just to chunk the tower out. Cuz is fishing here.
Yeah, he keeps throwing some Q's into them. Gonna get flashed on and doesn't get a chance to go up into the air until it's too late. The damage already there. And look who got the kill. It was Showmaker. 11 stacks here on the Medjais. And now they've got them locked up. Nice Bardal just to help, but again, it just feels like consolation. Here comes BDD, not going to hit the stun, and Lucid got a Crescent Guard to live through it all. As now Smash runs through the
double laser
and picks them up. Double kill here for Showmaker, and DK are running away with this game.
You know what? I think it was a pretty good investment into the Medjai. He's now at 19 stacks on the back of that fight. 3 kills picked up, 6-0-1. And Baron going to be the extra prize. Vivek's coming over. They are low HP. This is Al, not the Huni Baron.
Yeah.
But it's still threatening when you're that low, but not threatening enough, it seems.
He said, Showmaker, you have 19 stacks on Medjais, but you know what? You don't have 50 bonus gold from the Maiden. Here you go. Take the money and leave.
So, Korea goes for the Flash Taunt here, which is harder to react to than the Taunt Flash. You can see how it was basically instant for Cuz there. Doesn't have as much range, but didn't need the range there. And then we see BDD go in for the play here, but Lucid still has ult. Gets the shield to stand united. And then that double laser is so big there. Oh, the over-the-shoulder point of view.
Double laser.
Big one there. And Showmaker now has stasis as well with the Seeker's Arm Guard, so very hard to deal with.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Zhonya's in general is good, but especially when you already have so much extra AP from the Magi's, you don't really need something like a Death Cap. And, well, at least not yet. Dplus Kia now, again, they're already on Infernal Soul Point. They were at 19 minutes, and now, from this far ahead with a raid boss Victor, I think they just get an Infernal Soul for free.
That should be it. They're pretty zoned out in this situation, and approaching to a choke against this Victor is going to be so difficult. Because getting poked out a bit there. I mean, you have a Victor, a Jhin, and a Jace. If you get Infernal Soul with this composition, it's pretty disgusting.
Yep. And they're just kind of holding the line. Just poking them out a bit, as you would love to do with the Jace, with the Victor. And now they're just going to go on in. Flash, but the stun hits Lucid. He's still committing to the bit. Flashes into them. And he is going to just barely live through all of that damage. As it's just a bit more on the side here of Showmaker and the squad. As everybody's getting super low. Nice fourth shot there from Smash just to seal the deal. As they're looking for the kill now on a perfect. Another root comes through from Smash. And secures them the Infernal Soul on top of it all.
Even with the 3-man bottle from Effort, just not enough to turn things in the favor of KT. Lucid buys so much time on the Zins out, able to survive after everything. But the damage dealers are just cutting through KT right now. No one able to withstand damage from this Victor, who is now at 25 stacks on the Medjais. We see here, so Lucid goes in, which ends up forcing PDD to use the ult on him. The 3-man bottle buys time, and I think they can finish off Lucid, but then immediately Shiwu and Kriya jump onto Cuz, take him out. Lucid gets to retreat and go towards the Dragon. And KT want to disengage at low HP, but unfortunately, Smash doesn't let that happen. Great ult to kill his rival AD carry, and then the root there to set up a kill onto Perfect. Beautifully done there on the Jhin.
And, you know, game one was very one-sided with basically no action. This game, a lot more action, but still very one-sided to the other team. So Dplus Kia gonna maybe make this a series if they can close this one out. Kind of a similar feel to last game where it's like you don't just have the fed Victor, you've got a fed Jhin, a fed Jace. Everybody's fed, everybody's ahead. And he gets rooted up and dies mid-magical journey. Not sure where that journey goes.
The game 3, I think. Direct with no stops.
Yeah. Well, that's nice at least. You think he got business class?
No. That did not look like the business class service.
Made it quick at least.
And now just building up pressure. Baron not up for a minute 50. And there's a decent amount of wave clear on KT. You know, the Corki can combo the wave. But there's just always that threat of the engage. I was looking for Shiwu.
Well,
Got the flash at least.
yeah.
But they lose mid-tower.
Yeah, and keep in mind, DK don't have Baron, as you were saying. It's up in about a minute 30 now. So just a free mid inhibitor turret. The Jace flash. Shiwu can just play a little bit safer and not worry about it all too much. If he does get out of position and gets picked, then maybe KT gets something going, but that's kind of the only look.
I think that's what KT needs, just picks, find someone isolated. You know you're going to have to deal with the channel, but that's just how it is. I mean, the frustrating thing is that it's a Shen with Locket and Mikhail, so
Yeah.
if you don't kill them through the Shen shield before the Shen arrives, they're immediately going to be a harder target to kill and get that extra effective HP. At least Effort gets some chimes.
He's having fun, at least. Because he has chimes and cinders. He's just running around collecting things.
41 chimes and he had 9 cinders, so... Gotta pick up the cinder game a little bit.
He's just not following the main quest, you know? He's doing all the side quests. He's like, I'll get to winning the game later. I don't really need to worry about that.
You know what? I do that so often, and then you just kind of... You just forget about the main quest. Get a little bit burnt out doing all these side quests.
Yeah.
And then you never finish the main quest. And I'm kind of worried that might happen this game.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a very good way to finish the main quest. It's kind of like he got an awkward save somewhere, and then now he's run out of items because he used all of them.
He's soft-locked himself.
Yeah, he's playing like on nightmare mode or something. He's like, oh man.
No. So the side quests are just looking for a desperate out.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure they're going to find it.
If I collect 300 chimes, maybe.
How many chimes would you have to collect to one-shot someone?
I think it's probably like in the hundreds of thousands.
I mean, I don't think it's that high.
I think it is.
100,000 chimes.
I mean, it really doesn't... We should get our space on this, honestly. There's nothing to break down from this game anyway.
I would like Huni as his punishment for getting all the predictions wrong. If he does, he has to collect 100,000 chimes on pod in a game.
In the practice tool.
I think the game would just end before then. Isn't there like a time limit on how long a game can be, even if you have no minions in the practice tool? I don't know.
I don't know.
100,000 is quite a lot.
So DK got Baron, and
Yeah.
they ran at the base.
There's a Rabadon's Showmaker as well now. I'm kind of interested to see how much damage he does with just like a laser. A lot, I assume.
We'll probably see it soon.
Yeah. Elder in a minute. So I think Dplus just get control of the Elder area. KT have to leave the base to contest you. And then kill them. It's really that simple.
Yeah. Well, at least the game isn't over just yet. For KT Rolster, there's still a extremely small chance.
Yeah, it's seeming
They
pretty
come back.
over. But maybe the Elder flip is the solution. One good smite. All you really need, which is why Dplus should never let it get that low.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could see that Bard recall.
Yeah.
Just vibing, just in a different sort of mood to everyone else.
He's just not following the same quest as everyone else.
Yeah.
Effort's done his job already. He's just collecting chimes and cinders.
That's true. Everyone does have a different role quest based on their role.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Everyone's completed that. We need like a second quest line, you know?
Yeah.
You have to like unlock it somehow. If you unlock it,
Remember all those champion interactions where like Kha'Zix and
Yeah.
Rengar where you get a quest?
1 extra damage and stuff.
It's pretty much, I mean, the 1 extra damage is like the sunglasses, but the Kha'Zix Rengar one was actually OP.
Yeah.
The final evolution for Kha'Zix, you get a 4th one. Crazy.
Yeah, that was not fair.
They're still in the game.
Maybe that's, yeah. BDD is trying desperately. I mean, it's really on him, right? The Bard ult, I think, is a little bit too slow. Everybody has their flash. He needs to flash ult someone in order to try to get some kind of pick going.
Yeah, they now have super minions with Baron pushing into the base.
Yeah. And look at the Arcane Storm. I mean, Fenrir doesn't get to survive or walk anywhere. He's now just putting it in the pit there, in the fountain. And they're just slowly chipping away at this. BDD
You guys have to fight at some point.
Eventually. No, he's just going to get rooted and dies. Okay, well, we're not going to see it at all. And that's going to be the end of this game. We will have a series on our hands as Dplus Kia absolutely stomped them here in game number 2.
You know what?
Sign just says, I am still hungry. And it's Showmaker. I don't know if
I think he ate a lot last game.
he's like some kind of monster that needs to continuously eat to survive.
I think he was pretty fed in that game.
먹어야 돼.
Yeah.
애니 풀 조심.
애니 먹어야 돼.
아 좋다. 야 아리 야 노플 이렇게 노플.
애니 봐, 애니 봐.
애니 풀만 조심. 애니만 보면 돼. 애니만. 타워.
야, 나
야 애니
3점이야.
강피. 나 W 3초.
들어봐.
타워.
야,
타워
3점이야.
갈 천천히. 쌈 봐야 돼. 근데 쌈부터 봐야 돼 얘들아. 애니 이번에 박을 거야.
애니 풀 조심해.
W W. 야 애니 애니 애니.
애니.
나이스.
하나 더 하나 더.
나이스.
봐줄래 봐줄래.
가운데.